Hey, all my webheads out there, welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. And fans, I am your host, Mike Spider Slayer, always helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy. And today, guys, I'm bringing you the top 10 most anticipated indie comics for February 2nd, 2022. That's right, guys. We talked about, all of the comics, but we're going to break it down into the independent comics. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this list. Now, this is not my most anticipated. This is your most anticipated if you use League of Comic Geeks. This list is generated by Most Pulled, and we're going to be talking about 12 of these books here today. But before we jump into it, guys, I want to give a shout out to MutantBeaverComics.com. Guys, they have over 1,000 exclusive variants in their store, constantly always releasing new variants. So if any of these comics or comic book covers you like here today, just go on to MutantBeaverComics.com. Guys, you can enter the promo code CORNER10. It can save you 10% off of this purchase and future purchases after that. So don't forget, guys, MutantBeaverComics.com. All right, guys, so let's kick off this countdown now with the book that's on the outside looking in. That's right, guys. This is technically number 11. That's just the fancy word of saying it, right? So number 11, or the outside looking in, goes to Hellboy, The Bones of Giants, issue 4. So we're on the 4th issue of this story, or this story arc or whatnot. And I'm not a fan of Hellboy. I've just actually never read it before. So a couple of you guys did mention to me where I should start. If I get into it, it will be a miracle, because I always have so much stuff to read and do. But this is that series that is getting ready to come out. And when you look at this particular book, it's 32 pages and it's $4. So let me know in the comments below if you're currently reading Hellboy, The Bones of Giants. All right. So kicking off this countdown officially with number 10, this is the Magic Order 2, issue 4. So this is Mark Millar's sequel to the Magic Order. Now, I read the first few issues of this series and I thought it was okay, and then for some reason, just like certain series you fall behind on, or it gets lower and lower on your pile and you just don't find yourself interested in anymore. That's what happened with me when it came to the first run on this, and I heard nothing but good things about it. So hopefully you guys are into this one. So here's the description that it says. London is under siege as Warlock Victor Corm marshals all the creatures in darkness, bringing them together for a simple purpose: to shatter the Magic Order and reclaim their place as the world's rulers. They've been living in the shadows too long, and now they want revenge for 500 years of bowing to humanity. This is their chance to bring back the Knights. So there you have it. Mark Millar, Stuart Immonen, I can never say his name. 32 pages, $4. All right, next, another independent. This is Marco Adolfo's Sweet Paprika. This is issue 7. I read the first 2 issues of this, and this was not my thing, right? There's about this businesswoman who's tightly wound up, and, it's like this angels and devils, hooking up with each other and weird stuff like that. I don't know. This is just a book that's not for me. I mean, it's got pretty cover art. The artwork inside was cartoony. This is a book that's obviously also not for a younger audience out there. So the younger audience, please stay away from this book. Again, not my thing, but some of you guys are enjoying this one. Let me know if you're reading it. 32 pages, $4. Okay, next, coming in at number 8. This goes to the Scumbag, issue 12. Is it Rick Remender who writes this book? I'm pretty sure it is, yeah. So I read quite a few issues. I think I read all the way to issue 6 or 7 on this, and this book actually is okay, right? You got this guy who was accidentally chosen to kind of save the world, and he kind of backstabs his partners, and then he backstabs the bad guys. You never know which side he's going to go on. He's kind of after it for himself, like he does constant drugs, but for me, this is like Deadpool for me, or Harley Quinn, right? The jokes and the drug use and all that stuff just wound up getting old for me. So that's why I wound up dropping it and not reading it anymore. I got tired of all that. Oh, can I get some more crack, or can I get more cocaine, or where's my heroin? I want to see my Judas Priest concert. I want this blow up doll, like all that crazy stuff. Like it was just too much for me. And the title of this one is called Golden Brown Eye, right? So this is 32 pages, $4. Again, this has been out for quite a while. Let me know if you're still reading this one. A lot of people seem like there are. All right. Number 7 on the list goes to Buffy the Vampire Slayer issue 34. This is the final issue of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So if you knew this, you know, you're probably looking forward to seeing how this series ended. I did not know this until I was coming up with this list. But it says, Faith, Kendra, and Willow struggle valiantly to hold Silas at bay. But it may not be enough. Trapped and devoid of memory, can Buffy escape to save her friends, or is she trapped forever with ghosts of her past mistakes? We Are the Slayer comes to its stunning conclusion as Buffy the Vampire Slayer ends and a new era begins. So are they re-releasing a new story? Are they coming up with another mini? Like, obviously, whenever a Vampire Hunter Slayer, like, ends, or a Buffy series ends, there's always a new one that comes out. So this is not the last we're going to see of Buffy. This book is $4. Okay. Continue on with number 6. Man, so far there is a book out here. There's none of these books I currently read, but in one way, shape, or form, other people read them. And that's why I'm bringing this list to you, because this is for you guys, the people that like these books, right? So this is Echolans issue 6. So this concludes the first story arc, and this artwork in this book is absolutely stunning. I really enjoy the artwork in this, but the story, I just couldn't get into it. It was like this little Red Riding Hood character and whatnot. Some people may love this book, but it just was not for me. I couldn't even tell you what it's about, you know, but nevertheless, if you love artwork and you like flip-like books, like a calendar type of situation, hey, go for it, man. 32 pages, $5. All right. I saw this on my store shelves. Coming in at number 5, I saw the trade, the first trade to this, and I'm going to buy it when I get some extra money. And this is Basilic Chapter 7. I heard great things about this story. I think the first trade was just released that covers issues 1 through 6. So if you haven't read it yet, jump on that trade. I'm probably going to do that myself because people have been raving over this series. This book is a $4 book. Again, I don't know that much about it. All these books so far that I discussed about, I feel like useless. But here's the description. With her car wrecked, Hannah's is inconsolable after experiencing the traumatic flashbacks and on the run from Jimmy Boy, who is dangerously close to ending her. Vanessa obtains unexpected power but wants more, and is even willing to kill those close to her to get it. Okay, so there you go. So if you forgot this book exists, or if you forgot that it's coming out on February 2nd, there you have it, Basilic Chapter 7, if I'm saying that right. All right, coming in at number 4 is a book I finally did read, and this is 80-page Geiger Giant issue 1. Now, I didn't read this book, but I did read Jeff Johns' Geiger, and Gary Frank's artwork on there was absolutely phenomenal. Now, this is an 80-page giant. This is a huge comic book. It is $8, so it is quite pricey, but when you look at it, you're paying $1 for every 10 pages. So is that worth it to you? And is this worth your hard-earned cash in investing a little bit more into the Geiger universe as we're getting introduced to more characters? Like the newest character, I think his name is Redcoat. So yeah, this could be something for you if you're into Jeff Johns, if you're into the Geiger universe. Check this one out, guys. Again, 80 pages, $8. All right. This amazes me. Coming in at number 3, we have The Walking Dead Deluxe issue 32. And I guess you can say Robert Kirkman is a genius. You know, we're going to re-release the entire comic book series every week. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it in color. And hey, for people that didn't read it before, they can read it now in issue format, but in color. And it's succeeding. It's selling. And, you know, at this point, I think we're in Woodbury, dealing with the whole governor situation. You got recently introduced to Michonne and the situation that she went through at this particular part in time in the series. And let me tell you, if you have not read Walking Dead at this point, I'm glad you're reading it, because it is such a great issue, and it reads better monthly, I feel like, because it leaves you on such a great cliffhanger, and you always can't wait for that next issue to come out, especially if this is your first time reading it. When you read it in trade, you get like that instant gratification, but these cliffhangers are so good, man. And the early portions of this series, oh man, words cannot even describe it. It is so good up until about like issue 100. Like, it peaks at 100, and then the series starts to decline a little bit from there. But still, overall, if you're reading this now, have fun. Enjoy every single page. Coming in at number 2, Nocterra issue 7. This is the return of the series, and this is another book I'm reading, done by Scott Snyder and Tony S. Daniel. One of my favorite independent comic books of 2021, as we get to learn about the character of Val and her dealing with this apocalyptic situation called the PM Shade or something like that, where everything has gone black, and this blackness changes people, creatures, animals, all kinds of stuff. And we have to see our main character survive in this alongside with her brother. And we have gotten introduced to this new character of Blacktop Bill, which kind of had a little bit of origin, not really an origin issue, but going more deeper into who the villain was in between this break. And I am so excited for the return of this. This is a great book. If you have not read it, the trade is out. Covers issues 1 through 6 as well. I think it's like 10 or 15 bucks. You won't be disappointed. Phenomenal series, guys. 32 pages, $4. All right, next. Well, what's number 1? Well, everyone seems to be digging that character by the name of Spawn. That's right, guys. Spawn issue 326 is coming out. And don't leave, because I have my sleeper pick after this. So don't leave after this number 1. Spawn issue 326. You guys are enjoying Spawn books. You're enjoying the price of those books. And it's just a great overall story, how all these Spawn books kind of tie in with each other in a way. Here's the description that it gives. New York City is rocked by the appearance of the supervillain Sin. His goal? Force Spawn to unlock those dead zones. There is an empty throne waiting for him in hell, and he intends to claim it. So that's been this whole story. Like, Spawn has locked up these dead zones so no one can leave, and he's trapped everyone basically in purgatory, like on Earth basically, right? And all these creatures want Spawn to open up these zones, but he's not going to do it. So there's all these other spawns and creatures that are threatening him, and this is one of those characters. Book is great, man. So well done. Gunslinger, my favorite. Spawn is my second favorite. Again, $2.99 price point. It may be only 24 pages, but guys, it's not about the pages. It's the dialogue within those pages, right? Sometimes you could get dialogue in a comic book that's 32 pages long. You can get a 40-page comic book that's only 20 pages long. It depends the story within the book, not necessarily the pages. And the quality of the book is absolutely phenomenal. So check out Spawn, and yeah, so good. All right, so we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about Mike's Spider Slayer sleeper pick. So this is my recommendation to you guys. Take it for what it is. This is Dead Box issue 3. It's been a little while since we had issue 1 and 2. Now, what is the story about? Well, it's kind of like an anthology horror story, like The Silver Coin or whatnot. But this thing is about this red box, but they call it dead box, right? And a person takes a DVD or a Blu-ray from this box, and it's a movie, and basically the movie that they rent kind of represents what's going on in their life. And so you get to see the movie of what happens in the movie, and then you get to see what happens in this character's life in this town that has this dead box. It's a cool book, man. It's a really awesome concept. I'm looking forward to this 3rd issue. Maybe you guys will check it out too. It's fun, like I said. Don't pass it up. If you're looking for something different to read and you want to support those indie comics, check this one out, guys. Again, Dead Box issue 3. So there you guys have it. There are your most anticipated indie comic books getting ready to come out for February 2nd, 2022. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. So now it's your turn to please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss any of the content I put out here today. And speaking of content, I'll leave you more right here to check out, guys. There's always something fun to watch on my channel. And as always, guys, keep buying, keep collecting, and most importantly, keep reading those comics.